turning it. No, we're very long from 441 all the way to the Everglades.
Yes.
Is Miramar. So I know some folks who think we end at University Drive.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't end on University
We used
Drive.
to. There were cows here.
We made our way west. So we are from 441 all the way to the Everglades, from County Line to Pembroke Road. And those of you who have been here for a long time and you're very involved, you've heard the term historic Miramar.
Yeah.
So historic Miramar, via resolution, we designated where that is. So it's from University to 441, Pembroke Road to County Line is considered historic Miramar, because that is where Miramar originated, which in reference to home development, Mr. Melman bought the original property. She was to develop from H.D. Perry, which H.D. Perry Middle is no longer there. Now we have Hallandale High, which calls Miramar home. But I attended Perry Middle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I attended Miramar Elementary briefly when I first came here to Miramar, and I went to Perry Middle, and I ended up going to Apollo Middle for a short time, because when I first came to the country, Perry didn't have an ESOL class. So I had to go to Apollo for ESOL because I didn't speak English.
Oh, wow. But look how beautiful she's turned out now.
And I love thinking about my past, because now I'm doing that book read with Ray Shipman, and we are encouraging our third grader, fourth graders, even younger, to prioritize and put reading first so that we can help them,
And that name is No Play, No Grades?
No grades, no play.
I'm dyslexic. What do you want?
Sherry wants to play first. You have to get the good grades first. She did the opposite. No, I love that tour. We did it at Annabelle Perry. Yes. What, a month ago?
Yes,
about a month ago. Mm-hmm. So in December, we are at Fairway. I never attended Fairway, but I love all of our elementary school. I attended Miramar Elementary, Perry Middle, Miramar High, of course. And I love the book tour. So that's something we're going to give you some more information on later. So please, Miramarians, listen up, get educated, educate others. We have such a beautiful, amazing city. So I love the fact that when this whole thing started with Miramar, Mr. Melman built 56 homes on the property that he purchased from H.D. Perry. These were, so to say, inexpensive homes back then. And these homes sold quickly. So that kind of dropped that domino for all the homes in historic Miramar that were built. H.D. Perry Sr., as part of Miramar's history, did not cease from selling these homes. So it was a whole purchasing and selling, which is a great thing, because that built historic Miramar. And I want to tie in, we're going to later give you some information on Mr. Edmund Anson, which we recognized. That was the idea of our current city manager, Mr. Hargrave, to recognize Mr. Anson for, starting Park of Commerce, our commercial park here, which is amazing. So we're going to tell you about that, which we're very proud of. That was on Channel 7. It's so funny. That was on Wednesday, last week, Wednesday. Yes. It was on Channel 7. And as I go into the community on Thursday, folks were like, I saw you on TV last night. And I was thinking, was it good or bad? Because I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember why was I on Channel 7? Like, tell me. And I'm like, oh, yes. We did honor Mr. Ensign for his contribution. Yes. So we'll read some things about him. Those things are important for the community to know, because those are the things that gives us a history, and it makes us proud. So I'm very proud to have been able to be a part of that, and to say thank you, and to know where we started and what it is today. Wait till you hear that. So that is a connection to that, our road development, our businesses, and land use, which is very, very interesting. The other thing I thought was interesting, I believe you have that information, Sherry, in reference to, you talked about the square mileage, which is important. Yes. How many residents we've grown. I mentioned that. We're about 140, I was told. But the census are up. What year are we in, 2019? Next year, we're doing the census. You know what I'm curious to see?
What's that?
Everyone knows we're diverse,
Right.
extremely diverse. I can't wait to see the actual numbers in reference to our diversity, like the number of Hispanics in the community, the number of Haitian Americans, Jamaicans,
Yes.
Italians, just a little bit of everybody. That's the other thing that I love about Miramar, because we didn't start off diverse.
Right.
We really didn't. I would say, from what I've read and talked to,
We had a lot of Italians
yes, we did. So it was predominantly right.
because everybody knew Vicky Cosiano, who was a mayor for a very long time.
Yes.
And she was known that I was invited to her home in the historic side, and I made the mistake of saying I was on a diet, and she let me know that you don't leave until you eat my pizza. So, but she had some great stories explaining to me that while she was mayor, the jail used to be right next door
Oh, wow.
to the original City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it was so close that when they were upset in the jail, they would take their cups and bang it against.
And she could hear it?
Yes, they would just go across the bars and she could hear them.
Look how far we've gone. So that was around by Perry, the very
She was 1989 to 1999.
Oh, wow. Let's see. I came, I'm gonna have to tell folks my age. Let me see. I was born in 79. I came here in 89. Wow. And that was our first mayor. So I was 9-10 years old. What year?
No,
we're talking,
she wasn't
1989?
the first.
Let me go back. Interesting. So let's see. Let's go back to the beginning.
Mhm.
So Robert Gordon was the first.
Right.
She was like the 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
Was that when we were? So that was on Douglas. No, that had to have been east of University. So
Yeah.
that was by Perry, and then we went to Douglas. Oh, okay, almost time for a break. But however, let's clarify this before we go on. That was the one by Perry. When did we move? When did the city hall move by Douglas? Mid-90s, maybe. And now, everyone should know where we are on Red Road.
Right.
So now, compare the original city hall.
I'm only familiar with the original and the one we're in now.
Do the comparison. What a major difference. So we were so close to the mayor's home where she could hear them bang.
Yes.
Now,
She's Island Drive. Yes.
If Miramarians, if you're familiar with where our current city hall is now, what a difference.
Yes.
Surrounded by all those businesses. We have a library next to us. We have FAU and Nova. Mm-hmm. Right. Very, very different. I don't want to say expensive, but upscale.
We're more in the center of everything.
And which is great, because it's good to be in the center, because folks in historic Miramar come to everything we have at City Hall, and folks on the newer side of Miramar, West Miramar, comes to the middle as well. So that's what sometimes when I put initiatives together, that's something that crosses my mind.
Yeah.
To make sure that I do it in the middle, especially if I want both sides of the city.
Everyone to feel welcome.
To come. When we come back, I want to talk about our very first mayor and talk about and go all the way to our current mayor
and our name. How we got our name.
Okay, so we will talk about our name. Is actually a little funny. I don't want to say it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but when we explain it to you, you'll see what we're talking about. So I'm Commissioner Darlene Riggs. This is a lot of fun learning about Miramar, and you are listening to Committed to Miramar. We'll be right back.
Unilatina International College with campus in Miramar, Florida is a boutique college with focus on entrepreneurship. UIC offers associate and bachelor degree programs in business, tourism, and communications and media. Associate degree students develop their business plan while studying at UIC. Dream, learn, and grow. Join now our business incubator. Learn more at unilatina.edu. or call 954-607-4344. Unilatina International College with campus in Miramar, Florida is a boutique college with an applied, cutting-edge, holistic education model. Business, tourism, and communication students not only develop their field intellectual skills, but are also empowered to become holistic professionals and human beings through yoga, self-empowerment, holistic human development courses, and more. Sign up to become a holistic professional at unilatina.edu or call 954-607-4344.
Committed to Miramar, committed to our community. It's right here in Miramar.
Miramarians, welcome back to Committed to Miramar. So before we left off, we were talking, of course, about the history of Miramar, talking about our first city hall compared to our current city hall and how we've grown. Even, I'm just blown away even by our roads. So the only major road when Miramar was developed was 441.
Oh, wow.
And that at the time was a 2-lane road. Imagine now, knowing what we are, and Hallandale Beach Boulevard to Southwest 66 Terrace and Pembroke Road, which of course was just dirt. Yeah. Comparing that to what it is today is mind blowing. There were no other transportation routes of any kind to access the new community. Now, if you drive down Miramar Parkway, how beautiful it is, where you have homes and businesses on both ends, and we're even almost out of space. So we don't even have much land to build on. We have to build up moving forward. So we may even have to, update some things to allow that. I wanted to talk about our name, which is a little funny. So Miramar, what is the meaning of Miramar? What does the name mean?
It means look at the sea in Spanish.
You know something? So that explains a lot of our names that have lakes and rivers. Guilty, Sherry. River Run. Riverdale.
This is true. I believe that the name came from a little place outside of Cuba, is where the name Miramar came from.
Cuba? But
yes.
What?
It was a mailman in Cuba that used the name Miramar.
Because we're not
remember,
by the sea, near
correct.
the sea, across from the sea, close to the sea.
Yes, but in Cuba, you're surrounded with the sea.
So I thought that was hilarious. But, we're going to have to use our imaginations. But that does explain a lot of the names of the community. Sometimes I do wish we were close, except during hurricane season.
Yes.
Yeah. So that brings us back. I also wanted to talk about our mayor. So before we even get into that, I want to remind you, Miramarians, on miramarfl.gov, you can get all this information that we're talking about, laughing about, and educating you about. So I want to first start with our current structure. So we're what you call a city manager, city council type of government. So we're not like
a strong mayor government.
Right, we're not.
Vicky Cosiano was the last strong mayor government, and that's
why she sticks out on our minds.
Yes, and under her reign is when we achieved getting our first city manager, whose name was Eric Soroka.
Who
he's actually the city manager of Aventura today.
Mm-hmm. So we were under that umbrella for many years.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about change coming from a strong mayor's ruling to now the whole staff, and
that must have been very different because right now the mayor role and the city manager role completely separate, different. The mayor, as far as voting powers, has the same as you, right, as any commissioner or the vice mayor. So it's equal. It's just one vote versus how we used to be before. I wonder what brought about the change.
In my opinion, I like it the way it is now.
I do too. wasn't under the umbrella of the old ways. I don't remember. I was too young, but I like it the way it is now. It works
Checks
beautifully.
and balances is definitely what's needed.
Exactly.
Unless we had someone like you as mayor, then I would go back to the strong.
Oh, no. You know how in our commercials we say we're going to bring you everything entertainment, politics. So this is a little bit of the politics part. And it's so funny. Although I have my seat is up again next year, March. Even on the show, I guess my moral and ethical values. I don't even really want to talk about that. I rather with other people.
I would have Miramarians. I have to be honest, and I have to say I would be moving if she was not here, because she is the best thing our city has ever had. Amazing woman. She does the most.
I try. Yeah, and I'm one of those.
Shows.
It's probably best if folks don't tell me stuff, because once you tell me and I know about it, I'm compelled to do something about it.
Okay, now it's like an elephant. That memory isn't changing.
So it's best sometimes if I don't know, because if I know, I'm going to champion and make sure that whatever is wrong is made right. And that's just who I am. And I love it. So that was the little political realm of things. So we do have to bring you some of that as well, because it is part of Miramar. We do have a government structure, and you do need to know how that runs, because so often people think I am the mayor, so I have to correct them and say, no, I'm commissioner. And they're like, oh, I thought you were. I'm like, nope. So, but they also need to know that each of us, whether you're the mayor, the vice mayor, or commissioners, it's only one vote. So I could, whenever the community speaks and I listen, I also try and educate them and letting them know I'm one vote. So you do need two other commissioners or the mayor to agree with you and for something to happen. So just so you know, Miramarians, we need 3 votes in order for anything to take place. So even if I'm championing a cause for you, you do need to sit down with other commissioners and the mayor and vice mayor and explain to them, educate them on what it is that you as your community is saying. And, the most recent thing that comes to mind has to do with the Lennar project out west on Bass Creek. So I listened to the community. You're the ones, who are living in the area who feel the impact, and you didn't want it. So therefore I voted with you and declining. However, I'm only 1 vote. So folks, you have to remember that. So,
well, just to our residents, that 1 vote helps, and it's your responsibility to come out and vote, because government cannot function well if you don't share your opinion, and the way to impact that is by your vote. So please remember, even if you think that your vote doesn't matter, I want to remind you, Mayor Lori Mosley won her seat by 9 votes.
Wow.
9 votes. Think about that. When people thought their votes didn't matter, that is what happened.
Can you imagine? Wow.
Yes.
9 votes. So that just goes to say, right, it's important. So don't think, right, just my only vote, this doesn't matter. But when, I guess, the person that I am, I don't do anything halfway.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do it, I give it everything I've got. That way there are no regrets. So even I'm thinking in 2014, when I first got into this, I have that mentality. If I'm in something, especially if we're talking a battle, you don't go into a fight to take prisoners. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it well. And if I got to wake up early, go to sleep late, don't eat, don't sleep, that's what I do. When I ran in 2014, closer to the actual election, 2015, in March, I was pregnant with Daniel. And I went 3 days without sleeping.
No.
And, he's perfectly fine, thank God. But, it comes a point where an entire community depended on me, and I'm so glad
you didn't
that I'm sitting there.
Down?
Exactly. And again, same thing. I'm ready and willing to do what it takes to make sure that I'm sitting on this commission, because I do believe that the direction of the city would be going in a very different direction if I was not sitting there. So I was called to do this for a reason. I would have had to move
already.
I think I would have moved too. I hate to say that. Oh, Sherry, we're bad. But truly, we laugh and joke about it. But seriously, governing body in every city, not just Miramar, is important. We're the ones impacting daily lives. So I want to take a few minutes, Miramarians, just to educate you on the current structure. So we're city manager, city council type of government. So the city manager is appointed by the city commission. So we vote whomever we want, with 3 votes, of course, to be our city manager. So right now, our current city manager is Mr. Vernon Hargrave, who's worked for the city for a number of years. If you want, a little bit of his bio and his message to you, Miramarians, go to miramarfl.gov, and under the governing body section, you will see Mr. Hargrave's message to you, the community. So he or she, in our case, he is responsible for the daily activities of the municipal government, and he's charged with the day-to-day, with the carrying of the policy, with the different department heads. So honestly, as far as those who have impact in the city, I would say it's not even the commission. We make policies, we govern in that sense, but the city manager really is the one. If he doesn't have the right assistant city managers, the right directors, the right managers for every department based on somebody's talents, ethical, moral, work ethics, then that department would be in trouble.
Sure.
So I know, a lot of people think, the city commission, but to me, in my opinion,
don't blame the commission.
The city manager has so much more responsibility. But that's a job that we need to keep him in our prayers. It's not an easy one. It really isn't. And then he also has to answer to 5 commission bodies. He answers the mayor, the vice mayor, all the commissioners, and having to, juggle all 5 of us, that has to be something
challenging.
Poor thing, to say the least. So that's the city manager's role. The city commission is, of course, elected by you, Miramarians, and thank you so much for electing me and for supporting me to represent you. I'm honored to do so. And we are comprised of 4 members plus the mayor. So there's 4 commissioners and the mayor, and each commissioner take their role in serving as vice mayor. Because if God forbid something happens to the mayor, he can't show up for an event or something going on in the city, then the vice mayor would take the role. So we'll go over the mayor's role in a moment. So for the city commission, we set policies, of course. And I also believe one of the other important parts for the commissioner, besides setting policies, is to listen to the community.
Yes.
So, and that's something that I constantly keep telling myself, am I listening? Talk to me. And I encourage people to talk to me. So funny, we were just talking earlier how when I visit churches and I tell people, call me, tell me, reach out, let me help you. And then on Monday morning, the phone rings. Quite a bit. Poor Sherry. So we have a couple minutes before we break. So before we go on break, I want to also go over the mayor's role. So the mayor serves as the president, really, of the commission and presides over all the meetings, of course. So the other thing I would encourage Miramarians, tune in to our meetings. They are online. They are on channel 78 if you have Comcast or Xfinity. So you don't even need to leave your home. And just watching the commission meetings also keeps you updated as to whether we raise taxes, which, by the way, I did not. I voted against that.
Only one.
So, whether a new contract is coming, or are we changing garbage companies? Like, what's happening? So, turn into our channel from the comfort of your home or your cell phone or your computer, and watch our commission meetings every first and third Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. So no excuses. But back to the mayor. The mayor is the recognized head of the city government for all ceremonial purposes. That's what I was talking about earlier. So if the mayor can't make it, who would be next in line? Our vice mayor. So that's the role of the vice mayor. When I was vice mayor, the mayor never misses anything. So I never get to bang the gavel. Never. It's so funny. The other day, Vice Mayor Colborn got to bang the gavel. We were making so much fun about that because really he never misses anything. Yeah. So I think we have a little video of banging. Because he's never ever absent. So I think it's time for a break, which is a good thing on his part. So that is the role of the mayor and the vice mayor. So Miramarians, stay tuned. We're having a lot of fun and the expense of the mayor. I'm Commissioner Darlene Riggs, and I'm here with my co-host,
Sherry Abdin.
We'll be right back.
Committed to Miramar, live, work, and play. It's right here in Miramar.
Uni Latina International College with a campus in Miramar, Florida, is a boutique college with an applied, cutting-edge holistic education model. Business, tourism, and communication students not only develop their field intellectual skills, but also are empowered to become holistic professionals through yoga, self-empowerment, Tai Chi courses, and more. Sign up to become a holistic professional at unilatina.edu or call 954-607-4344.
Uni Latina International College offers an English as a second language program for international students. UIC's high qualified ESL teachers help students develop and master the English speaking and comprehension skills needed for both work and pleasure. Our ESL program also focuses on cultural adaptation through fun field trips and cultural experiences. Start your journey today at unilatina.edu/ESL or call 954-607-4344.
Committed to Miramar, committed to our community. It's right here in Miramar. Committed to Miramar, live, work, and play. It's right here in Miramar. Committed to Miramar is a weekly radio talk show hosted by Commissioner Darlene Riggs and longtime Miramarian Sherry Abdin. The purpose of Committed to Miramar is to keep you in tune with what's happening in the beautiful city of Miramar, covering topics from healthcare, entertainment, employment, to education, politics, and much more. Tune in every Wednesday at 5 p.m. to Radio Uni Latina USA. Use hashtag Committed to Miramar.
Hello, Miramarians. Welcome back to Committed to Miramar. And today is all about Miramar. So we've covered so much thus far, educating you on the history of the beautiful city of Miramar, the name of the beautiful city of Miramar, our first city hall comparing to our current city hall. We educated you a little bit on the commission and the city manager's role, the vice mayor role. So now we want to talk a little bit about the mission and vision of the beautiful city of Miramar. And then I want to go into recognizing and thanking Mr. Edmund Ensign for his
contributing to
our beautiful city. So let's talk about our mission.
Okay. Well, the core values of the slogan that we use right here in Miramar, which means respect and trust, integrity, growth and advisement, high level of accountability, teamwork, and family spirit. The HERE means honesty, excellence in service, responsiveness, embrace, and drive change.
That's awesome. And you know, I've always like the our saying right here in Miramar.
Yes.
I'm so proud of that. I say it frequently. I usually say it at the end of anything that we do that's televised. And the other thing that makes me proud to say it's right here in Miramar is in reference to Mr. Edmund Ensign that we're going to talk about. So first of all, I want to give credit to our city manager, Mr. Hargway, for wanting to do this, for actually doing this. So because it's good to recognize and honor and give credit to. So if you were watching Channel 7 or our commission meeting last Wednesday, you would see that we gave honor and the key of the city to Mr. Edmund Ensign. So we just want to say a little bit about him so that you can get to know him. So birth date and place is March 9th, 1936, Worcester, Massachusetts. I was hoping he was a Miramarian. That would have been awesome, right?
Well, close enough.
That would have been sweet. So, education-wise, he has a Bachelor's of Arts in Science, University of Pennsylvania, Wharton School. His family, my goodness, most of them were there on
Yes.
Wednesday, and I saw Jim Goggins was there, and his net worth is 1.4 billion. B as in boy.
I wish we were related.
But for me too. So, a few things were sent to us and to the media, of course, to get to know Mr. Ensign. And I want to read just a little bit to you, Miramarian, so you'll see where we're headed as well. So Mr. Edmund Ensign's family moved to Miami Beach in 1941, where his parents were the founding members of Temple Beth Shalom in Miami Beach. In 1962, Mr. Ensign became executive vice president at Sunbeam Television Corporation, which is still right here, the parent company of the then NBC affiliate WSVN Channel 7, and further became president of the corporation in December 1971. In the 1980s, Mr. Ensign envisioned a potential market, where the whole, thing began, for Commerce Park at the Miami-Dade Broward County line, whereby Mr. Ensign spearheaded efforts to construct a planned business park and was able to work with the city to rezone property for what would later become the Miramar Park of Commerce,
Wow.
which we are sitting in right now. Isn't that amazing? Mr. Ensign worked closely with Mr. Jim Goggins and Attorney Allen to create two development of regional impact, and played an instrumental role in getting the Florida Turnpike interchange at Red Road, which we take on a regular, don't even think about how this all
came about.
Mm-hmm. So here, Edmund Ensign inherited a real estate fortune and added television stations to his portfolio. In 1962, he and his father, Sidney, paid $3.4 million for Miami's WSVN, where he pioneered the "if it bleeds, it leads." I love that style of journalism. He took that approach to his native Boston market, where he operated NBC. In 2016, he announced that he would end his 22-year affiliation. So all of that Channel 7 covered and talked about. And there's a video that was also sent to us that I thought was very funny, because when he first purchased the first piece of land, he thought it was Pembroke Pines.
Yes.
I thought that was funny.
I've always heard that story.
And I'm like, wow, that is funny.
Yes.
Poor Pembroke Pines.
Look what they
We're
missed.
terrible. We have a Miramar Pembroke Pines Chamber of Commerce meeting coming up, or the mayor's gonna be like, he's gonna look at me cross-eyed. Oh well. But so we honored Mr. Ensign on Wednesday with, of course, a proclamation and the key to the city.
It was beautiful.
I took some pictures, and I was trying to think, who else have we given a key to the city? And I honestly cannot think of anyone. So what an honor. And it's good to see how, it's good to start. My goodness, who knew so many years ago that this would be what it is today? And the other thing I love is the contribution back to the city. Ensign Park, which I believe is one of 3 in the world, which is an amazing accomplishment, something to be very proud of. It's beautiful, right? Yes. With the track and field, it's breathtaking.
I believe they said that the Olympians could train there.
Right. We've had so many, wonderful events here. So let me read this, so our Miramarians know the contribution that has taken place from the Ensign family. So Mr. Ensign had the foresight for recognizing Miramar's ability to be attractive for businesses because of its strategic location, which we've always been known for, being, that borderline among international airports and seaports, and its central, there's the sea thing again, right? And its central location between Miami-Dade and Broward County, which makes us very unique.
Everything.
Exactly. That's another slogan of ours. As the largest private landowner in the city, Mr. Ensign's leadership and support was integral in the city's creation of Miramar Water and wastewater infrastructure assessment program in the early 90s, which was considered innovative for its time and allowed the city to fund and construct state-of-the-art water and wastewater treatment facilities and transmission line through the use of developer contributions. Mr. Inson's legacy in Miramar continues through the Inson Sports Complex, which I'm telling you we're very, very proud of, and the Inson family art gallery that we have by our city hall, our beautiful city hall, which is named after Mr. Inson's parents, Sydney and Sophie. Mr. Inson continues his lifelong involvement in philanthropy and community through his unwavering support of organizations such as the United Way, Red Cross, Anti-Defamation League, and the Habitat for Humanities, which have built homes and given keys to Miramarians. And I personally have to tell you, I've been supported by the Ensign family with my mission trips to Haiti and with turkey giveaway and toy drives in December. So all those things, I've personally been funded by the Ensign family for those initiatives. And I couldn't have done them. When we went to Haiti recently in May, we served over 900 individuals with healthcare in reference to medicine, physicals. And if it wasn't for them and that support, I believe it was a $5,000 support. I believe so. Yeah, we were able to buy medicines because we were missing some things like antibiotics. And if it wasn't for that support system, and with turkeys one year, I believe it was like $6,000. So those things I've been able to give back to not just my, Miramar community, but internationally with supporting Haiti relief. So,
well, thank you, Anson family.
Yes,
and such a great family that they're giving back to us as well.
So I am just so proud of looking at us, not just in the physical sense, also the people who reside here in the beautiful city of Miramar. I know whenever I say I'm Commissioner Riggs, and I always say Commissioner of the beautiful city of Miramar, I can say it in my sleep. I think about the people, because I think about, we have some amazing folks in the community that are just, I grew up with, and they're just good people.
Well, they are the beautiful people of Miramar.
Because, we say beautiful, people probably thinking, I'm thinking about the buildings. We do have some beautiful buildings. My goodness, our police department is breathtaking. Our city hall. We, so often, whenever folks come to our commission meetings, they always say, wow, your commission chambers.
Where were you hiding this? Yes.
And I've been to other cities' commission meetings and their chamber, and ours truly is the most beautiful and breathtaking that I've seen. So those are great. Our multicultural center, great. And we're building the police substation. We still have so much more that we're doing. But when I say beautiful city of Miramar, I'm not thinking about buildings,
No, it's the people.
I'm thinking about the people. I'm thinking about how we're such a nice community. I don't want that to change.
Right.
And I think, politically, that's something that I've seen. I've never really known us to do some of the things that I saw even last race, so to say. And I want us to go back to, how things were, where we were known to be classy. We were known where, this doesn't happen in Miramar type of, behavior, like get it together. Like we don't do those things. So I'm hoping even,
that's where our residents come in. They can set the standard.
Yes.
They can say this is what we will not tolerate in our city. And they can set the standard for keeping someone like you who has integrity in your position so you can continue.
And keep that standard.
There you go.
Because even in 2015, one of the things that happened, all of my signs were ran over.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever dealt with something like that. So I was very thrown back. I'm like, who does that?
Yes.
That's crazy. So I remember when, I believe it was Channel 4, it was either Channel 4, Channel 10, asked me, well, what do I plan on doing about it? I'm like, well, I plan on keep knocking on doors and getting to know my community. And I did say, we'll put up new ones. It costs, but not a problem. My my first thought wasn't to retaliate. And I was like, I'm not going to do that at all. Not my style. We are classier than that. I've always thought that, known that, although I didn't experience that. So I'm hoping to change that back to how we used to be. And even recently, there was a resolution that was asked to pass that I didn't think was fair. And it's not to my benefit, but it's still the right thing to do. So at the end of the day, I did the right thing, and I want to continue to do the right thing. And I want the community to know it's not about me. I want us to do things that we're proud of, that we can, open our mouth and speak boldly about. So Miramarians, that's how I think of us. I think of us as very classy people.
Well, I have to say, there are not many commissioners that take on projects that would just benefit the community. Some it's to benefit themselves, but you're not like that. No. You're always giving back, always looking to, what can you do better? So you're very different.
Okay, time for a break. We're getting that wrap-up sign. All right, Miramarians, we'll be right back. And when we come back, we are going to update you on all of the events coming up, especially for the month of December, with our tree lighting and what's going on at our Multicultural Center. So I'm Commissioner Darlene Riggs. We'll be right back.
Committed to Miramar is a weekly radio talk show hosted by Commissioner Darlene Riggs and longtime Miramarian Sherry Abdon. The purpose of Committed to Miramar is to keep you in tune with what's happening in the beautiful city of Miramar, covering topics from healthcare, entertainment, employment, to education, politics, and much more. Tune in every Wednesday at 5 p.m. to Radio Unilatina USA. Use hashtag Committed to Miramar.
Unilatina International College with a campus in Miramar, Florida, is a boutique college with an applied, cutting-edge holistic education model. Business, tourism, and communication students not only develop their field intellectual skills, but also are empowered to become holistic professionals through yoga, self-empowerment, Tai Chi courses, and more. Sign up to become a holistic professional at unilatina.edu or call 954-607-4344.
Committed to Miramar. Live, work, and play. It's right here in Miramar.
Hello, Miramarians. Welcome back. We are going to take the last few minutes to tell you about events that are coming up, some, entertainment, because we know the children will be out of school. We need something to do with them. Well, we kind of wish they went to school until December 24th? I believe they're done in a week and a half.
The holidays.
So we have quite a bit happening in the beautiful city of Miramar. So before we get into that, I want to let you know how you can get the electronic magazine. We have a magazine, e-magazine via called Miramar Today. So every Sunday evening, the e-version of the magazine goes out. So in order for you to receive those, please go on and log on to miramarfl.gov and sign in for you to get the magazine, because it has just about everything happening in Miramar. So for example, one of the things we have coming up is our tree lighting.
Yes, absolutely. There's actually 2 tree lightings that are happening. One is at Fairway Tree Lighting, and that will take place on December 6th. And the time for that is 6 p.m. So looking forward to seeing you then. Then we have holiday lighting at Miramar Town Plaza, and that is hosted by Commissioner Winston Barnes. The date for that event is Friday, December 7th, and that is 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So there you have 2 great events happening. The one at the Miramar Town Center has a kids zone, visitors from the North Pole. Food and beverages are available for purchase. The event of itself is a free event. So I'm looking forward to seeing you out there. Again, Fairway Tree Lighting, December 6th at 6 p.m. And the Town Center Holiday Lighting, Friday, December 7th, 6 to 8.
Wow, I will definitely be there. I believe the one on the 7th, we have different groups from the high schools coming to perform. Different high schools around the state. I believe Everglades High and Miramar High does it every year. So I'm sure they'll be here again. It was amazing last year.
Yes.
And we always have our seniors there. There'll be food vendors. I know some folks reach out to us. But through the magazine, we also have some other information with some other things coming up in the city. There's something coming up by it's called City of Miramar CERT. It's a community emergency response team, which, you know, it's not a topic for the holiday. However, you know how we
You
have
might
these
need it.
fires, right? Or people, you know, boiling the turkey in the garage.
Yes.
So just in case. So it's about learning valuable skills. You can also meet like-minded neighbors. It says train to be a better prepared for yourself, your family, and your neighbors in time of disaster. So the Miramar Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, program educates people about disaster preparedness for hazards that may impact their area and train them in basic disaster response skills like fire safety with those Christmas trees.
And deep frying.
Yes. Light search and rescue, team organization, and disaster medical operations. So the City of Miramar Fire Rescue Department, which we have an entire department and division for emergency management, hosts that. And it's a free, I repeat, free. I don't think there's much we do that's not free.
I think that's the best gift.
Right. A free 8-week community emergency response team CERT course. And of course, the men and women who are doing it, that's their time. You know, they're giving, although it's free to the community, it costs somebody something. So classes will be held on Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9:30. So you can record our commission meetings until... And it starts January 16th, which is our first commission meeting back.
Oh, that's too
So
bad. that it's
record
on
our
a
commission
Wednesday.
meetings, go to your emergency class because the class sizes are limited. So you must register. And you have to register via email, which is the FDEM at MiramarFD for firedepartment.org. Again, that's F as in Frank, D as in David, E as in Edward, M as in Mary at Miramar, F as in Frank, D as in department.org. Or you can call 954-602-4873. Okay.
Do you think the commission will let you out for that?
Unfortunately, I have to be at our commission, but I thought about doing it. So maybe I'll do it
That
on a
would be
different day
cool,
next time.
yes.
And, you know, the mayor also have that aviation expo coming up December 8th from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. That is such a great initiative, which I've always applaud him for doing this. He's been doing this for many years. One of the biggest supporters of that is Spirit Airlines, FIU, Broward College. So all those folks are a part of that. It's again from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. December 8th. That's the community day where it's open to the public. Okay. So you can always reach out to the mayor's office for information on that one. We also have the Youth National Championship, which we partnered with Fort Lauderdale. So it's going to be in Fort Lauderdale and Miramar from December 12th until December 16th. So, you know, there's going to be some battling with that. That'll be a lot of fun. So the Youth National Championship is proud to announce the 2018 YNC Championship Series, which will be held in Miramar and in Fort Lauderdale. So we're very proud that we were chosen to be, because again, we're beautiful Miramar, you know, everything is happening here. We also have our Police Academy. We have our 47th. Can you believe it? 47th Citizens Police Academy. That's happening next year, February 19th. So, free 14-week academy being held from February 12th until May 14th. Classes meet every Tuesday, that one, which is good. It won't conflict with our commission meeting. Every Tuesday from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. Okay. So the courses include ride along with police officers, which you had a very eventful ride along, Sherry. That's another show in its own. We have the CPR certification and a K9 demonstration and more. So this one, if you want more information and want to take part, call 954-602-4351, or you can always email our police department at O as in Owen, H as in Henry, A as in Apple, L as in Linda, L as in Linda, O Hall at miramarpd.org. Okay. And you can again sign up on our website, visit miramarfl.org, go under the PD department. You will see all of this. You will see the fire stuff as well. The Multicultural Center. Oh, we have, Breakfast with Santa.
Yeah, I was waiting for you.
Okay, I have a few more. Go ahead, Sherry.
Well, if I had a choice, this is where I would be. Breakfast with Santa, of course. That is Saturday, December 15th. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. That sounds wonderful to me. You get to meet Santa and friends, photo with the Santa, letter to Santa, and more. The charge for this is $10 a person. $10, that's really quite fair. And just think of the memories.
And I believe the city manager is also collecting toys. I'm not sure if they're related, but you can drop the toys off at City Hall.
There's a box there, yes.
So that's during the day, right?
Yes, the 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
On the 15th.
Yes.
Okay, so once you do that during the day, in the evening, and we told you there's quite a bit happening in December, you could go to the Nutcracker at our Multicultural Center.
Yes.
So that's on December 15th and 16th at 5 p.m. So this one, once you go on our website, you go under the Multicultural Center, you will see all that's coming up and how to go about purchasing your tickets. And for the holiday, we also have camp for the children, for the holiday season. Kids play, teachers plan, camp for kids ages 6 years old to 12 years old. Campers from all across Miramar will take part in fun, engaging adventures. Space is limited, so you do need to register for these things, and you have to register early. Don't say we didn't tell you. Okay, so camping dates starts Monday, January 7th, and it goes on all the way through June. So the earlier the better. Again, you can get some information on our website for camp. Now, we have another important topic to talk about. That's not really holiday-ish.
Okay.
But it's important. So we only have a few minutes. So Miramarians, listen up. So Christmas Day waste collection advisor. That's important. It's not sexy topic, but it's still important topic. So this is from the solid waste department. Please be advised of the solid waste collection schedule for this month that would normally occur on Tuesdays, December 25th. What day is that? That's Christmas Day. So trash collection that would normally occur on Tuesday, December 25th will be rescheduled on the next regular scheduled trash collection day, which is Friday, December 28th. So do not put your trash out on Christmas Day. It will not be picked up.
And it certainly doesn't look good.
No.
Santa would not appreciate
No. So, and also recycle collection that would be normally, on Christmas Day as well would be rescheduled. So don't think it's just the regular garbage. It's your recycling stuff as well. So that will be Tuesday, January 1st, the rescheduling. Bulk collection that would normally occur on fourth Tuesday, December 25th, will be rescheduled for Saturday, the 29th. Write that down, Sherry. Yes. Sherry's like, Oh, goodness. We also have the Mayor's Brothers Keepers, of course, that takes place on a regular. We also have our city business update. We have the bid project outreach that's launching. That's actually this Thursday, December 6th. The bid project outreach launch December 6th, 10 a.m. at the Miramar Cultural Center, the banquet hall. So this is like that quarterly workshop, free lunch, community tank thing that we do, on a regular. So that's, of course, an ongoing city business update. You can get from the magazine as well. So I'm hoping I didn't forget anything, Sherry.
I don't believe so. We covered quite a bit.
For the amphitheater, we do have a few things
happening out there.
Happening at the amphitheater. So The Celia Cruz All Stars, December 28th. Tony Tone, January 18th. Marvin Sapp, January 25th. And Brian McKnight is coming to the amphitheater.
Yay!
February 1st. Okay, I want tickets. You know what we can do? Probably get some tickets and raffle them off to you, Miramarians. Last time Lorenzo was here, he did give us some tickets, and Miramarians, I was, advocating for you. So I think that's all the time we have. My goodness, that was a lot of information. We learned about Miramar, how, the history of Miramar, our beginning. We compared, the back then and the now. We talked about historic Miramar. We talked about West Miramar. Wow. We talked about the Ensign family and their contribution to our beautiful city of Miramar. Wow, that was awesome. So hopefully, Miramarians, you're a little bit more educated on what's going on in the beautiful city of Miramar, because it is right here in Miramar.
Committed to Miramar is a weekly radio talk show hosted by Commissioner Darlene Riggs and longtime Miramarian Sherry Abden. The purpose of Committed to Miramar is to keep you in tune with what's happening in the beautiful city of Miramar, covering topics from healthcare, entertainment, employment, to education, politics, and much more. Tune in every Wednesday at 5 p.m. to Radio Union Latina USA. Use hashtag Committed to Miramar.